Hello, this is Steve from Beaute's Leatherworks. Today's project is these Allen Edmonds Hastings model, which is basically a one-piece, like a hole cut, let's say. The only seam is in the back. Everything is one piece. Now you might say, what's wrong with it? They're not in bad shape. Well, we're going to completely customize these shoes. This is going to be on the inside of the shoe. Yes, you heard me. It's going to be the lining of the shoe. Okay? Then we'll do, your regular full sole and heel. We got to take the welt apart because we literally got to disassemble the entire shoe to get to the inside of it, because there's no way to get inside when it's assembled like this. And we're going to re-dye the uppers navy blue. Maybe put a little black burnishing around the toe area. And maybe get some highlights right here with some lighter blue. And the rest will be navy blue. The bottom, I'm not sure yet. The bottom, I'll figure something out once I get to that point. Maybe we'll do something bluish color or something to kind of match the rest of the shoe. That's a blue day-to-day. All right, so let's get started. All right, here goes nothing. Now, the last video I uploaded was a silent video. Everybody's freaking out that I'm not talking. It was just a quick video, guys. I did it to show to the customer. Then I'm like, you know what? Why don't I share with you guys too, just to show you just a little quick something, That's all it was. It's the only reason I did it. It was not a new format. People are freaking out that I'm going to change my format. I'm not going to be talking. Please, me not talk? You kidding me? People say I talk too much anyway. I don't talk too much. I don't think I talk too much. Do I? Well, sometimes. I really don't care if the welt gets cut. These blades are about dull as my you-know-what. Forgot to bring new blades. I sharpen them now and then, but still, sometimes it's good to have new blades. You know what they say? A dull knife is a dangerous knife. I think that's what they say. Something like that. Okay. Now, this is not a shank, okay? This is basically, it's there for when the heel gets nailed on. These are Allen Edmonds specials. When the heel gets nailed on, it's supposed to grab that fiberboard right there so it can kind of hold on to it. Sometimes it doesn't. I mean, it was a good thought, but I don't think it was very thought out, Because most of the times the nails don't touch the heel base, or don't touch the fiberboard. So it's not a shank. Allen Edmonds. Now I'm not sure. They kind of went back and forth, right? Sometimes they have wooden shanks in there. Sometimes they don't. I'm not really sure what model it is that they switched when they put the whatchamacallit and the shanks in. So I can't really tell you that. We're completely going to be taking these apart. I mean, literally. Because I've got to go on the inside to work on the interior lining. Yep. It's going to be one of a kind, that's for sure. This is for a client of mine in California. Cali. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish the video. I'm not going to upload it just yet. I'm going to send him the shoes. I'm not going to show him the video, so I want him to be surprised. And he promised that he would record him opening the box to show you guys, because you guys always say, hey, how come, what, you know, hey man, did the customer like the shoes or what? Well, I'd like to see the reaction of the customer. Well, look, most of the stuff are mailed in. I can't, you know, I'd have to wait in order for the customer to receive the item. I don't know if they're going to, you know, I ask them to sometimes, but who knows, you know. Then I got to wait till they email me the video back of them opening it. And then I've got to put a couple edits on it and attach it to my video and then upload it. So, you know, it's a little bit of challenging to, you know, get those together like that. But it's not impossible. I've done it before. But this one, he promised he would do it, and he's going to do it. I know he is. He's a good guy. All right, so let's continue. Pick the threads that held the welt on. Well, some of you guys like my coffee trick, huh? Well, look, at least I fooled one person. Well, maybe two people. If I fooled one of you guys, then I've done my job. I'm happy. Yeah, I thought I'd have fun with you guys a little bit. All right, now, there's all these little staples here, right? Staple the uppers, the gemming, and together like that, all the way around. So we're going to remove all that, okay? But they're in a pain in the butt to remove those staples because they go in this way, like two of them like this, and then they turn inside on the gemming over there. So they're really pain in the butt to remove. So I'm not going to waste your time. I'll come back, show you guys when it's apart. All right, let's continue. All right. So you see, I put some guide marks there, right? Because we have to know where the uppers line up with the footbed. For the footbed. All right, let me try it again. Footbed. Jeez, I can't even talk. That's the lining right there. So we're going to convert that into blue. I think I'm only going to do it to about this point right here. Okay. Nice. I think it's going to look very cool. Yay! These used to be shoes. All right, let's continue. Now, don't think this is going to be easy. I don't think I've ever done a job like this before. So it's going to be a little challenging. But it's not impossible. Now, the only spots that the lining is holding on is this top seam right here. From the bottom of the eyelets there, going all the way around and back. So we unstitched all that, right? I put a little turpentine because everything is glued down, so can't really pull that off if you don't wet that surface. Okay, so this right here, basically, you guys see this black here? That's glue. So Allen Edmonds, right? They rough this area up right here, okay, right around the toe, and they'll put glue, and as they're lasting their shoe, okay, stretching the uppers, the glue holds on to that, okay. But unfortunately, as you can see, they roughed up almost half the damn toe area, and really a lot of excess glue seeped into the shoe. Sometimes that rubs against the side of your toe, so you got to be careful when you're trying new shoes on. Make sure that nothing's rubbing on the inside there. If it is, don't buy it. But I'm pretty sure they're good about that. Make sure that there's nothing there to harm the customer's feet. So there's part of the lining, okay? We're going to save that. I wish I had a little Beaute sticker on there. I'd put it on there, but we're going to save the Allen Edmonds sticker there. A little name tag. And this is basically the heel counter. This is the that stiffener that adds some body in the back of the heel. It's like fiberglass almost. Okay. The better quality shoes will have leather. Some of the Allen Edmonds, the newer ones, I think, are fiberboard. So, which is not that great. This one is an older one, right? Well, maybe not. It says made in the USA of imported materials. I don't know what that means. It's all a gimmick if you ask me. All right, so now we gotta figure out how to. What I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna replace this, okay? Because this thin material is not a good weight for linings of the shoes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add on to this. We're going to pop those eyelets out. Once we put the new piece on top, we'll set some new eyelets in there. Okay. And then I think the back here, I'm debating. I thought about maybe I should leave that leather, right? See these seams right here? We unstitch those and just stitch the blue to that point and leave this leather, because I don't want this wearing out on the back of the heel, because the leather is more durable obviously than this right here. Okay, so I'll figure something out as I go along. All right, let's continue. Okay, so now I only have limited material is the problem. That's one problem, okay? Literally, this is all I have. So originally I was going to do part of the lining, not all the way to the toe. And I took it apart. I'm like, you know what? Why don't I just do the whole thing? It's okay since it's apart. But the problem is, fabric is not wide enough. You see how it's hanging over here? And right there too? If this was a little wider, I could do the whole thing in one piece. That would have been so awesome. So we're not going to do that. So I can't push these in right here, okay? Because when I cut the fabric, when I glue the fabric on top, the edges, I'm going to fold it over, hem it. So it's got to be enough room here, like in the middle right there, about 1/2 inch, so I can have quarter inch to fold it over onto the leather lining. So forget that idea. So what we're going to do here, we're going to kind of line up that red right in the center, red line. And we're going to do it from about right there. So we'll go ahead and stitch this, hem the edge, because it is fabric. You don't want the edges to fray. We're going to hem that first. We're going to put it on top and stitch that down. Okay. It won't hurt his foot. Don't worry. It'll be very thin material. It's going to be okay. And then we'll continue that. And on the back piece, remember that back piece I told you guys about? I was going to reuse this, but you know what? I think I'm going to do it in red. Since this has a little bit of red accent in there, so we'll do red in there. I think it'll look really cool. All right, let's continue. Tight right here. That'll be all right. Again, we want to make sure we got the edges turned over so it's not going to fray over time. Ooh, we're getting there. Very, very cool. All right. Starting to come together, but look, you see where I screwed up? You see the red line? Well, I want it to be in the middle, and it's not in the middle. Damn it. All right, it's okay. These red lines are, at least they're symmetrical to each other. Once it's in there, you'll be able to tell that it's pretty much close to where it's supposed to be. Ah, man. Wish I had more material. Damn it. Anyway, all right, let's continue. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. We got our eyelets. Let's continue. Basically, this machine has different settings. You can turn this to wherever you want, depending on what you're doing. Okay? So what we have a setting on is the small eyelet. We get to put the eyelet right in there. Put the material on top. And turn the handle. And it opens it up like a flower. Now we have red eyelets. That cool? This is just like the eyelets that were on there originally. Very similar, I should say. Because this is called a hidden eyelet. It's not on top of, it's not the top of the shoe uppers. It's just on the lining. Look at that. Isn't that cool? We got red eyelets. Little things that make me happy in life. All right, let's continue. All right, so at this stage, I think I'm going to go ahead and put the first coat of navy blue on there because I don't want to get, blue onto the lining. I don't want to stain the lining. So here's a little trick to stripping these down. You get, this is a 000 steel wool and some acetone. Simply dip it into the acetone and just scrub like crazy. Okay? You're not damaging the shoe. You're putting fine scratches on there, but don't forget that you got to polish it and wax it and condition it afterwards, so those little fine lines will disappear, no problem. What we want to do now is just remove that surface finish so the dye that we're going to put on is going to absorb into the pores of the leather. It's going to act as a base coat. Okay? Okay. Beautiful. So you guys can see, it's coming along. The lining is ready to be stitched. once this dries, I'll go ahead and stitch the lining and get back to basically the reassembly of the shoe. All right, she is done. Now, if you really want to scrub it down, like scrub it down to get that color off, you can continue this process maybe 3-4 times. Of course, let it dry in between, and then you'll get that light shade of the natural leather. All right, let's continue. Let's get this sucker out of the way. See, I do wear gloves. Not all the time, but especially when I'm dyeing. I don't have blue hands. I got the social life. Social life. Not social. Boy, this sure does look black, huh? Well, we'll lighten that up a little bit, don't worry. This is just acting as a base coat. People ask me what I wear. I mean, on my feet. Every day and during working hours, I wear Alden Indie boots. Now, I've had these boots for about 8 years now, and I wear the heck out of them all day. I mean, all day. I've got on my feet all day. Well, except now, I don't have it. I went out a little earlier, and I got my Chantonis on tonight. My here. My Goodyear welted Santonis. Okay, now you guys know what I'm wearing. And people ask me about my watches. I like watches. I mean, I don't have expensive watches, okay? I just like different watches. This one is, I don't even know what brand this is. This says it's Benyar. Benyar? You guys see that? There you go. I mean, it's kind of cool looking, right? I like it. I don't know. I think this was like 60 bucks or something. Something like that. Or maybe $80. I don't know. I don't remember. When I kind of, I look online sometimes, I see something. I mean, I buy it because I like the way it looks, So, cool. All right, now you guys know. So as you guys can see, we're going to let this dry. We're going to buff it. We're going to maybe put a little coat of conditioner on it. And then come back and then start stitching the lining to it. All right, let's continue. What y'all think? I've got the toes a little bit burnished black. There's a little bit of lighter blue here. Navy blue here, and then black in the back. Of course, we got the lining in now. I'll show you this a little later. I'm just going to let this sit overnight so it can dry. Found similar size last. It's not exactly the size, but you know what? It's just to keep it in shape like this. And next we're going to basically run a stitch all the way around here. All the way around the top seam there. And then there's another stitch that goes here. It's like a cross stitch right there, holding the end of the tongue together to the uppers. And then we can assemble the footbed. Where'd it go? Ah, it's hiding on me. Then we can reassemble the footbed. Put a new welt all the way around. Welt is that piece of leather. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. This piece right here. We'll dye that black, of course. That goes all the way around. Then we'll put a new sole, new top lift. And she's done. It's got a long way to go. But it's coming along good. I like that. I like that red in the back. It's kind of cool. It matches. Oh, And I resolved that problem with that red line in the middle. Well, you see the tongue? So that piece was separate. So I put that red line in the middle there of the tongue. So it kind of looks kind of centered when you have the shoe off. Cool. All right, let's continue. Alrighty then. We are making some headway. Not too bad. Red stripe is in the middle. Well, it's just on the tongue is in the middle, but here, right there, you see that little piece there? That's off center, but that's okay. I think it'll be all right. So it's looking pretty good. Now we get to put the welt back on. We'll put the footbed in and put a new welt on. It's getting there, slowly but surely. It's going to look real good when it gets done. All right, let's continue. All right, now comes the fun part. We're going to stitch the welt on the shoe. This is a jerk needle. See that hook at the end? No, it's not a jerk holding a needle. Well, I guess I could be a jerk sometimes. Now there's a few ways of doing this. And, you know, everybody has their own way of doing it. This is how I do it. Last time I showed you guys, last time I showed you a repair, I was doing this, and I didn't want to bore you guys, sit here, watch me stitch the welt on, because it's a kind of a slow process. I showed 1 or 2 stitches. Of course, I had a comment. Well, I was going to do that voice, but it wasn't a nasty comment. The guy was like, could you show us some more and how you do the stitching? So I'll show you guys a few. Oh, first of all, let me explain these threads to you guys. These are temporary threads are holding the footbed onto the uppers so things don't move around as I'm stitching it. Okay, so those are all the threads just dangling. Basically, the way this needle and hook works is that you push the needle through the hole. Now we want to make sure that we get into the same holes as on the body of the shoe and not create more holes. So you push the needle through, okay? You got the hook there. You take this thread, you loop it onto the hook, and you pull it through the hole. Once you pull it through the hole, you put the other thread through here, and then you pull this, and you pull it so the joint is in between the welt and the upper leather. And you just continue to go all the way around like that until you come to where you first started. Some people will use a saddle stitch because, I don't know, that's why they like, I guess. Saddle stitch has got 2 threads and a needle, and it goes in like this, like in figure 8s. This is the way I've done my welts. Not to say one is better than the other, just you do whatever you want. I just choose to do it this way. Some people go from the inside of the footbed to poke the welt. You can do that if you want. Again, it's just a matter of preference. I just choose to do it this way. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and stitch this on there without showing you guys, so it'll be kind of boring just to sit here and watch me sew on the welt. I'll be back when I've got it all the way around. Let's continue. All right, we are almost at the last few stitches. So the beginning and the end, I skive it to overlap it like that, so it looks nice and smooth. Turn this way so I can poke that. You got to be careful with these needles. These are pretty, you know, still a needle with a hook at the end. You got to be careful. It's dangerous. I was stitching a suitcase one time, and I was literally had the suitcase on my lap. I was sitting down, and I poked the needle through, and as I was pushing it, I guess I pushed a little bit too hard, and it went right into my palm right there. So it got stuck. So the suitcase is in the middle, like the suitcase is in the middle right here, and the needle's gone through my palm, right? I'm trying to pull it out. It's not coming out. I'm like, oh my God. So the hook is catching on something. I don't know what it was catching on, but it was catching on something. Luckily, I had an employee. I called her over. I said, come here. And while she held the suitcase, I took a knife and went around like this and started cutting right in the end where that hook was. Obviously, it was holding on to something. One of my nerves, I guess. I don't know. You know, and slowly I cut away at it. Very little, it wasn't like Rambo cutting the arm, you know. So, you got to be careful. Anyway, I managed to pry it away from my palm. So the last thread, we pull it on the inside here. And we tie it into a knot. Let's say 2 knots, 3 knots. Really 3 is good. This is a waxed nylon thread. It's pretty heavy. All right, now we get to hammer time. All right, so as you guys can see, the hard part is over. Now we get to put the sole on. That's the easy part. Yeah. Compared to what we just did. Man, it's looking sharp. Wow, check it out. I like it. Cool. All right, let's continue. Okay. We've got our cork. Now, I stamped the size on there, 9.5D, because we covered the size on the inside part of the shoe. Well, now you can't tell what size it is. Well, not that the customer doesn't know it, but it's still, you know, it'd be nice to know what size the shoe is. Maybe he wants to sell it down the road sometime. Who knows? This way you won't forget what size it is. All right. We'll just let that dry for a minute. Oh, we're using JR soles, by the way. Good material. Very good. I got lucky. I found this last 9D. Sucker's old. 1961. Damn, it's older than me. Wow. Cool. It's not exact same shape as the shoe, but it did the trick though. All right, let's continue. Hammer time. All right. We're making progress a little at a time. Taking little baby steps. Oh. Almost forgot. Forget about that. Well, not that it matters. I mean, it really doesn't do anything because the nails aren't catching on that piece anyway, you know? But we'll put it in there. That's okay. Cool. Very, very cool. I'm really liking how it's turning out. I think the customer is going to be very happy. Man, I like that blue. It's kind of cool, huh? Maybe we'll do maybe we'll do blue on the bottom also, but maybe like black here and fade it to blue with patterns, and I'm gonna do red stitching. That way it'll tie the red with the interior color. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the ticket. Sometimes I plan things out, but other times it's just kind of like as I'm going along, you know? So we'll cut that red access leather off a little later. Cool. She's getting there. All right, let's continue. So we're going to do a partial blind stitch on this, right? We're going to do from like the waist on up. Why? I don't know. I don't know why. I just thought it looked cool. All right, there goes nothing. And we're going to do French tip on here too. And she be it. This way just the stitches here will be visible, and it'll be red stitches, and the rest will be like black and blue. Black and blue. Blue. I like that blue. It's a nice color, blue. Blue. All right, open up the channel for the stitches and stitch it, and then glue this back. All right, let's continue. Now, when the shoe gets stitched upside down. Okay, so the top thread is what we call it, and the bobbin is what you're going to see on the sole. And the black thread on the bottom so the black thread on the bottom, okay, this is the bottom thread, is going to be on the welt. Okay, where's my shoe? All right, see, it goes like this. It stitches upside down. So the bottom thread is top of the welt thread, and the top thread is the bottom thread. You guys follow me? All right, let's continue. All right, so welcome back. We are done with another project. I like the way these turned out. They're pretty cool. You guys remember that these were brown, right? Now we've got like a navy blue, bluish with the black burnish toes and the burnish in the back also. Okay. Remember the lining inside? I wanted to put a leather piece back there. I figured, might as well do red because you've got a red stripe in the pattern. Also, I put the red eyelets on there, and I think it turned out pretty cool. This way it will wear out a little better because I didn't want the fabric to wear out in the back. So we did JR soles. We did partial blind stitch, just the front right there. Okay, we put a French Lulu tips, dovetail heels with the brass nails. And also, you see that little accent down there? That's the same fabric as the lining. I figured I'd put, that's called the breast of the heel. So I figured I'd put one there. I think it's kind of look cool. Now the customer didn't request all that. I just kind of did that on my own. I just like to do things, different things like that, I think it turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. All right, well, thank you for joining me. And keep on watching the video because I'll have the comments, not the comments, but the reaction of the customer right after this. Everybody wanted to know, how does the customer like the reaction of the customers basically after the work. Most of the stuff gets mailed in, so I don't really know. I mean, they'll text me, right? They'll tell me that they loved it and so forth. But the actual video, very few people, will do that. But this customer promised he would, so stay tuned for that after this. All right, so if you guys have any questions, we do a lot of mail-in orders. This is mailed in from California. And if you have any questions, just give me a call or give me, write me an email, betos@yahoo.com. My phone number, my address, my email address is all on the front page of the YouTube video, YouTube channel, I should say. It's in the About section. So all the information that you need, it's all there. So any comments you want to do, good, bad, ugly, doesn't matter. I'll take it all. Also, please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that bell notification and give me a thumbs up. And we'll see you guys on the next project. All right, take care.
Steve, greetings from California. I just got home. Guess what showed up in the mail today finally. Very excited to do this. Very excited to have a pair of your shoes. In the immortal words of you, let's continue. All right, here we go. Well, they're already coming with stuff that I didn't send to you, so they come with some shoe bag. That's nice. They smell amazing. Honestly, I don't know if I'm more excited to do this or actually watch the video of you making them. So I can tell you right now, they feel different. Yes, dude. These are fantastic. Oh, yes. Dude, these are amazing. These are fantastic. Oh, dude, and I love the interior. I just love it. Oh my goodness. Dude, these are fantastic. These are exactly, yeah. Yeah, it's probably not coming out in the video, but they're blue and they're black. And they have the what do you call it, shattered glass, and the French tip is amazing. I didn't think I would ever. Wasn't expecting that. So that's definitely a newbie. And then, man, I love the nails. These are fantastic. So, man, to know that you did these are great. I love them. That's the first one. Yes, hopefully the second one looks the same. Yeah, these are amazing. Steve, I really appreciate it. These are awesome. I don't know if, I don't know how to repay. These are awesome. Well, I mean, I paid you, but yeah, these are these are above and beyond. These are on par with, I don't want to say I was expecting it, but these are amazing. And yeah, I just love them. So thanks so much, I appreciate it. Again, big fan. Thanks so much, I appreciate it, and look forward to the next video. And unfortunately, these might make me want to do another project with you. So, all right, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Steve.